Because this person doesn't know the channels that lead towards evil. But the ones that have seen evil and have seen other people go through it and are educated on evil, they know the paths that lead towards evil. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. Do not come near zina. This means educating yourselves on the paths that lead towards zina. Again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, do not come near. Do not follow the footsteps that lead towards zina. Doesn't say do not commit. In this verse it's saying do not follow the footsteps that lead towards zina. Why? Why is it prohibited that in Islam a man and a woman is not secluded in one area? Why is it prohibited in Islam that a man and a woman shouldn't speak secluded? Why is it prohibited in Islam for a woman to beautify her voice in front of a man? Why is it prohibited in Islam for a person to pervert a woman? It's because these actions lead and are the footsteps to lead towards zina. So educate them on the evil things so they know how to stay away. And you can't learn the good without learning the bad. You can't learn tawheed, you can't learn purity to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone without learning shirk, which is what puts partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So learning the opposites is very important. Next, know your kids' friends. Don't think Ahmed and Ali are good boys. These are your kids' friends. Don't think they're good boys. Know them and know what they're doing and know their families. And don't trust your son when he says to you, I'm going to sleep over a friend's house. Make sure, call the parents. Is my son there? Is he sleeping there? Is he lying to me? SubhanAllah. And everyone knows, sometimes the parents are the most easiest people to fool. Dad, I'm going fishing. Dad, I'm going to movies. Dad, I'm going... But are they really going to these places? There's no harm. It's just a phone call. Just for you to find out where your kids are going and where they're hanging out. And keep a close contact to the parents of the friends that your kids have become with. Next, be an example to your kids. Don't tell your kid to pray and you don't pray. Don't tell your kid to fast and you don't fast. You have to be the example. Don't tell your kid to get up to work and you've never worked in your life. Be an example to your kids. And don't neglect them and be angry at them just because you're frustrated. Don't release the anger. A kid's playing with a little toy, makes a bit of noise, and just because you had a hard day at work, you start whacking him. And no. This is your child that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you for you to look after and to raise. Share common activities with your kids. Go swimming, sport, have a hobby together. You're not just married to your wife, you're also married to your kids. Don't think that your rights are only towards your wife. You can only take her out and take her on a holiday and leave the kids with the grandparents. No, you have a right towards the children too. Have time for them just like you have time for your wife, and spend time with them, have a hobby with them, even if it's soccer, even if it's whatever. Why? Because the father-son relationship is one of the most important relationships in Islam. Next, give money to your kids. At a young age, teach them about life. Teach them about responsibility. $5 a week for them to keep, for them to save. Don't give them too much, don't give them too little. And know what they're spending. And help them from a young age, so that when they grow up, they know about life. They know how to do this, they know how to do that. A lot of kids, they're growing up, they don't know nothing about life. They don't even know how to go to the bank and withdraw money. And they're 18 years old. How does this all help? Because if a person doesn't even know how to do the basic things of life, how is he going to do the basic things of Islam? How? All these things help. So teach your kids at a young age. Next, don't ignore their problems. Very, very important. Your kid looks upset. That's how he'll get over it. Maybe he's been bullied at school. Maybe there's something wrong with him. And I'm being very direct, be very careful. Maybe he's sexually assaulted, you don't know. I've heard of a story of a father neglecting his kid going through depression, and after taking him to a psychologist, they found out that he was sexually assaulted by someone. Why? Because the father was too busy and didn't pay attention to the needs of his son. So if you see your son worried and upset, sit him down, tell him, Dad, my son, I'm not going to get angry at you, whatever you tell me. But I want to know what you're feeling and I want to know what's wrong. Speak to me. I want to help you. Be a friend to your children. Not a person that the child is very scared to ask the dad something. No. Keep that relationship. Support them when they need support. And help them in their problems as much as you can. If they got a problem in something, financially, whatever, you're the father. Help them. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would help you. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه فإنه الغفور الرحيم. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala Rasulillah. Many of us are probably thinking to ourselves, Yani, subhanAllah, my father never done that for me. My father was too busy working. My father used to bash me. My father used to do this. That's the past. Let that go. We're here to change the future. To change and to live off this habit and start something fresh. Alhamdulillah, I know a lot of us, inshallah, are very good to our children. So take this just as a reminder. But for others which fall short, inshallah, try to work on these points. The next point, don't embarrass your children in front of others. Don't yell at them, hit them, and bash them in front of their friends, or yell at them or discipline them in front of people. Why? It's because when they grow up, right, they become embarrassed among people that they used to know that my dad embarrassed me in front of him. If there's something you need to discipline your son, you put him in a room and you speak to him and you discipline him there. Not in public, not at a shopping center. You keep the problems of your children inside your homes and you don't let it go out there. Don't backbite on them. When you're sitting with your friends, don't say, Ibni done this, my son done this, my son done that, my son done this, my son's this, my son's that. Because that just reflects on what type of father you are. And it puts the son down and it makes people go to other people, this son is bad, this son is bad. The whole community finds out and he's like, this guy isn't any good. While he's probably trying to push himself to do something good, but every time he's motivated, when he hears these words, he demotivates himself. So don't demotivate them. Don't make them feel dumb. Don't say to them, you're stupid, you don't know anything, you're silly, you're dumb, and this and that. Don't say these things. Motivate them. Tell them you're smart. Tabarakallah. If they come, they've done something, they've built something, they've made a poster, they've done a project. Praise them, buy them something, tell them, MashaAllah. Why? What are we trying to do here? We're trying to motivate the kid towards goodness. We're trying to make the kid grow up in an environment where he can concentrate on his Islam, rather than worry about the problems that you're putting in front of him. So make them feel that you're happy with them. Next, see what they want in life. Many people, you ask them, what does the kid want to do? He says, I don't know. Why? It's because you never sat with him and discussed. Son, what do you like to do? Do you like to think with your brain or do you like to work with your hands? Dad, I like to work with my hands. What do you like? Do you like plumbing, electrician, this and that? What can you do? Do you want me to get you some work experience with a few friends of mine so you can know about this field? How can I help you in your life? What type of job? Dad, I feel like going to uni. Okay, then I'll put you out tutoring so you can get the marks to go there. Dad, I feel like doing electrician. Okay, I'll put you with, Ahmed, which is my friend, which is an electrician. You work for him a week and tell me if you like it so we can find you a job. Help them to plan their life. Don't think they're going to plan it by themselves. Help them set their lives together. Son, what age do you want to get married? Don't tell them what age. Ask them,